focused team or another late game focused team, because they feel a little bit more comfortable playing in that time frame of the game.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with how last game went, honestly.
Very true.
I mean, I'd like to say that the teams are versatile enough that they'd be able to adapt, but I mean, when the first, I don't know, the first 4 to 5 minutes goes the way it did, like I can't really argue against that. So
Well, one thing
oh
to
my
note
gosh,
is that
Ebola Spirit.
oh my god, the
thank you,
Spirit.
God.
So Wards and Base picked up their captain, I believe. He was gone for the first game, so that will be a big difference.
That
The
is
draft will be
huge.
very different, and usually the player who's the captain will also be the shot caller in game. So that's going to be
they have a nice mix.
a big difference.
I've talked to him on separate occasions, and the drafting, it used to be more of you know, a dictatorship kind of thing, and Gorks will still do what he wants to do, but at the same time, he's definitely open to opinion, and obviously, if you're gonna go Ebola Spirit, second pick,
your offlaner better be comfortable with that.
I mean, honestly, I know how broken he can be, even with as many nerfs. If you know what you're doing and you have a lineup that, you know, can be benefited by, you know, the amount of movement and the silences. Not to mention, if you know how to work his ult, oh my god. I think the only thing is really just managing the remnants, because that's how the entire hero works. You have to be careful.
A lot of people think about Invoker as being the hardest character to play because he has the most spells. I would say that Earth Spirit is the hardest character to play in Dota, and Chen a close second, because he just has so many little things going on that you have to keep in mind all of the time. And the actual mechanical skill required to play him at his peak performance is tremendously huge.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've watched some amazing players, but I've also seen my friends playing all random, you know, late at night, and they're intoxicated, like, yeah, it's just random, and they get Earth Spirit, and it's just like, let's see how many deaths I can get. I don't know what I'm doing. He broke 20 though, so I'm very proud of him. Danny, good job, bro.
That's an accomplishment, man. 20 is a big number.
2 and 21. He done good. He done good.
Okay. That reminds me of when I was first starting to play back in Warcraft 3, and my friends who were teaching me how to play told me to pick Crystal Maiden every game, because at least if I were feeding, I'd be giving mana to the team.
Well, when you were alive.
Oh, yeah.
If you're feeding.
I mean, I definitely had some 25 plus death games. And I don't mean one, I mean some.
Oh, of course.
It was a rough start.
One of my very first memories in Dota is because I played Warcraft 3 I played Warcraft 2, and Warcraft 3 for years. And so I get to Dota and I have the same kind of perceptions of these heroes as the character ports that they were from Warcraft, right? So I see Lich, I'm like, I can kick this shit out of you, dude. Like, I'm the whatever hero, you know, I'm a fucking Slardar, like, I could destroy you, you know, and I go hitting him with the armor, and I get super slowed, I'm under tower, boom, dead, and all of a sudden, like, next thing I know, the dude's got a scepter, like, he's just destroying people, like,
Yeah, it definitely had some of that as well.
It definitely, it takes a little bit to understand, like, you know, what is it, Bloodseeker in Dota, in Warcraft, he was one of the most fragile heroes in the game. The shaman, Orc shaman, fuck, it's so pathetic. It took a little bit, but yeah. So, anyways, we digress. We
do.
You definitely can tell this is the captain because they love their Beastmasters so much more.
Oh wow, we have an Earth Spirit and a Beastmaster. Is that going to be Earth Spirit support, or is that going to be Earth Spirit mid, or is that going to be Beastmaster mid?
I have not seen them run the BM mid, but we do have the Beedonk as their new mid player, so you never know. I mean, does Ghostz have their mid picked already? Is that the Gyrocopter?
10 seconds.
Well, it could be. I think the Slardar is more likely to be the offlaner and the Gyrocopter be the safe laner.
Is Slardar still a thing in this meta? Is that still...
Yeah, he's still very strong.
I mean, he's always been strong, but no one even gave him a second glance until last patch.
Yeah. I think it's going to be support AA and support Nyx.
Okay.
But
I have no problems with that.
Theoretically they could still need a support if they ran Gyro mid, Slardar safe lane, and Nyx off lane.
You don't want to do Gyro mid though. I mean, not to say that he's bad, but you don't want to do Gyro mid. There's so many more heroes that are
out of your team. If you want to have a lot of scaling, the gyro mid is very strong. If you want to have a ganker, not gyro. Gyro can control the mid game in team fights, but he's not going to be ganking, moving around, making space
No,
on the
but that
map.
being said, he gets those levels a lot more efficiently in mid. So if you want to do that
Yeah.
kind of early team fight, I would argue the same thing. If you put him mid, it could also work in your favor because he'll get that level 6, and he'll
Oh
get
yeah.
he'll get those higher levels in the rocket barrage and.
Yeah. Having rank 2 cooldown in early fights is actually a massive
Well,
difference.
not only that, you're also going to have the homing missile leveled if you're mid, so you're going to be able to zone out the opposing mid, and you're going to be able to have that for team fights, whereas
Right.
normally you would skip it entirely. So, oh, your
Wow.
girlfriend's in.
So it looks like Windrunner will be the mid laner.
Yes,
And
Windrunner. Wait,
dude, I refuse. I
I know,
refuse.
I
There's some
know.
names I'm not going to call Wisp IO, okay? You go fuck yourself. It will always be Windrunner. It will always be Wisp.
Oh, the beautiful girl. Okay, so we have to have a pause. That's
It's
just
just
how
how
we
these
that's
things
how
go.
we do in Reborn, okay?
So it looks like we have Nockies. He was the carry player last game,
Correct.
so he'll probably be the mid laner
I think
this game.
this is
Or
this is this
Wu-Tang
is
the mid laner?
more because he's better at playing it. I am a billion
Okay,
percent certain. Yeah.
that there are teams that run that kind of thing, like Burning from 2013. Wow, that's a not Burning. DK from 2013. That's a throwback. They ran their mid laner as Wisp when they picked Wisp because he was the Wisp player,
Yeah.
and that's just how it was.
Yeah.
And with
And
certain characters, with certain characters, that's just how you have to do it. Like with Earth Spirit, with Invoker, and with Wisp, those are just like the three most common, really, really intensive characters. So
yeah,
yeah,
not
definitely comfort thing.
it depends. Yeah, well, especially with Earth Spirit. I mean, you were just saying how difficult he is to
Yeah,
play, and
hardest
whether
character
or
in the game,
not that you're
in my
aware
opinion.
of that, you can take our word for it. It's you'll see in the game whether or not it proves to be effective. That's an entirely different point. But just playing the hero in general. So yeah, typically he's their one position. He's the carry player, but you can do a little role reversal if he's more comfortable, which I know for a fact that he is. So.
So do you think this is going to be Earth Spirit mid,
Yeah, it
or do
is.
you think it's
Bedonk's
going
their
to
mid
be
player, yeah. So he'll
okay?
definitely be mid. So, um, yeah, and it looks like okay, that's definitely offlane Earth
Wow,
Spirit. Yeah,
that's
Mango.
something. The Shadow Shaman is going for some kind of crazy ward because he TP'd. And oh, that you didn't have to TP to place that.
Yeah, well, it's better safe than sorry. And TPs, Brian, could not be cheaper. They've been decreased for what 3 years straight now. I swear.
That's true.
I want to say they're less. I want to say they're half of what
150
they
to
originally were.
100 to 75.
Correct. They were 150 originally, correct?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
so they're literally half of what they started out. There's no
But
such
at the
thing as a
same
poor
time,
support these days.
it's still a big investment.
Sure.
For
There's
them
no doubt
to,
about that. That just shows how much they want that ward down. So, I mean,
that's
this is a good time. It's the last 3 patches that have been good to support, especially when they made the wards a combined slot, and the fact that you could
oh
buy a
yeah.
singular ward. Like it's a good time to be, and there's no more uphill miss. Like it's a good time to be a support player, friend.
I main support, and so I am very aware that this is a good time to be a support player.
It's been
It's been wonderful.
It's also
My
took about
happiness has never been higher.
11 years, but hey, we're there. All right, so forced to level wind run level 1, not ideal, but not gonna kill you too bad. So they
So it looks
guarantee
like
the
it will
rune.
be the Beastmaster mid,
Yep, yeah. Bedonk's the mid player.
and Earth Spirit taking the off lane.
Yeah, he definitely bought for offlane. So Mango Gaming can't be
2
stopped.
mangoes, yeah.
Got the troll brothers down bottom, Tassel and Shadow Shaman. Well, and Juggernaut's got the legendary set, so he'll definitely be okay.
Looks like Ghostz is going to spend some support time helping the mid laner out again. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he was just looking around.
Yeah.
Because last time they brought the Bane mid to help Ember out against Invoker for the early levels, just up until he got the bottle. So I was wondering if they were going to do that again, but Windrunner really shouldn't have trouble against Beastmaster.
No, and especially, I mean, I said forced to level Windrun level 1, but with that, she's not gonna die.
No,
Not that she was in
she's
a lot of danger, although if she if she isn't careful with those axe spam, although there's no real way for him to keep that up, so.
no. The only threat is if he can get like multiple boars up and then really get a punish with
Yeah,
those
it
boars.
would require more of a misplay from the
Yes.
Windrunner than as opposed to just a
Yeah.
lane matchup kind of thing. So stout shield for Juggernaut, best item in the game. Fucking love it. So what do you think about these dual lanes for Ghosts? Something you really don't
A
see
little
all
bit of
that
lag
often
on my
anymore.
end.
Something I don't know. I don't mind it. I honestly think it's a lot better. Their tri lane really would have been all that
What do I think
effective. So
about? Oh, we're losing the call a little bit.
yeah, it happened a little bit before.
Okay. You asked me what do I feel about something. What was the thing?
The dual
The
lanes
dual lanes.
for Ghosts.
In this particular instance, I'm pretty okay with it.
Yeah,
I
because their
think
tri
that
lane's not
yeah,
fantastic, so it doesn't really serve a
no.
purpose.
The gyrocopter doesn't need to tri lane against this.
Well, definitely not against those two either.
No.
That's
No,
definitely not.
he's very safe. I actually really like the fact that they put the slaughter in the safe lane, because he's going to have an easy time against the Earth Spirit, and the Juggernaut is not going, or the gyrocopter is not going to be harassed by the Juggernaut.
Woo.
And just as I say that, looks like they do a lane swap. So,
They don't need a tri lane. You know what? We're gonna do it anyway, assholes.
you know what? Fuck it, man.
Hey, you know what? I've never been right in my entire life, so I'm not gonna start now. So your pal, Windrunner, she got going on. The scenario in which we described almost happened. It was
Where he had two boars up? Oh no.
well, it was a boar resummon, and she was in the river, and he just kind of ran her down and had the axes. She ran into the axes actually. It was very well played. So uses up the entire bottle, sends it back. A-okay for the time being. I can't wait to see this Ebola Spirit going, but they're doing a heck of a job. He's not gonna get much more out of this than he is right now.
Yeah, especially since they've moved the gyrocopter up top. Earth Spirit's going to have an even harder time.
Yeah.
And then they can commit the support entirely to stacking and pulling, as opposed to having some lane control. Because with the Slardar, since he's melee, he kind of needs a little bit of help to harass the gyro out of, or harass the Earth Spirit out of lane. But with the ranged right clicks from gyrocopter, the support can do whatever he wants.
Wow.
So that frees up a lot of space.
All right, so Dazzle just pulled, and I looked up to the above can to see if he was gonna double pull. Just out of habit, out of sheer habit.
That feel.
You can tell. I mean, it was a great break. Don't get me wrong, but it's been a while, you know.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
Well, you can still double pull from Dire side. You can actually get that hard camp up to the pull camp if you try. I don't know if you can pull either of the Radiant camps cost effectively, because I think that the medium camp or the hard camp to the left a little bit is within pull range, but you'd have to break 3 trees or something to get to it.
Uh-oh. Careful here. This Beastmaster is in a very precarious situation. They rotated the Dazzle in mid just to make sure he's okay, but he had a preemptive grave and a couple heals, and he's pretty low on mana, so they gotta be careful here. He'll have his bottle back. But looks like Nyx is gonna go back up top for the time being. Yeah, it's interesting. That matchup, it's going a lot better for the Beastmaster than I thought. I mean, the CS isn't all that. It's about a wave and a half difference, but it's really not all that big.
Yeah, if you look at the CS chart, you can actually see that Wards and Base is a little bit in the lead. They have the top farmer in Juggernaut, who is 10 CS ahead of the Gyrocopter, which is a really weird thing to say. And then the Windrunner is at 28, the Beastmaster's at 20, so they have roughly equivalent farm throughout the lane.
The Gyro flipped lanes.
Right,
too,
he spent that time changing lanes, which has really hurt his CS. And I'm questioning whether it's worth it.
Oh, okay. I was like, I think he bought 3 blades of attack for his face boots. I was really confused. It was just staying on the ground, then he left. He left it there. I wasn't sure what was going on. Alright, so Nixie Poo, triple fairy fires. Okay, now pop quiz. Do you remember what that skill did and what unit had it in Warcraft 3?
Fairy Fire?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Ooh. The model for Puck. If you remember what that was.
Okay, I thought that's who it was,
Yeah,
but
the fairy dragon. It reduced armor and gave vision. Slardar's in a
reduced armor.
very, very horrible position. He's gonna get the
Oh,
crush off, but doesn't matter.
first
Juggernaut's
blood for
music immune.
Frankie Crisp.
Yeah, he might have to pay for his life here. There's a double damage on that Nyx. He's got no mana
He's
though.
safe.
He's
He's safe.
okay. Nyx had a head
Dazzle
back.
has Grave.
Mhm.
There's no kill there.
Wow.
So different start to this game. Wards and Base looks a little bit more comfortable with their captain drafting.
Yeah, well, and Gyro is not in the greatest of situations either up at top, but he's gonna make it out okay. Dazzle
Yeah.
getting another kill. Damn, I should have stayed down
Wow.
there. 4 down there. Yeah, so the Beastmaster goes in, they pop the roar, and it looks like they take down the AA. Wow, that's a lot of nuking power.
Yeah, one of the strengths of Beastmaster is just Primal Roar. And that seems like a really obvious thing to say,
Yes,
is that an ultimate is the strength of a character. But for Beastmaster, it's really true. Like he's a true ganker, and the fact that he's played offlane so much kind of detracts from the fact that he's actually a really, really viable mid laner, and people don't really consider him there. But at mid lane, he has more access to both of the side lanes, so he can gank even more frequently with Primal Roar. And it's basically a kill every time you cast it.
Yeah,
It's
if
a
you
long
can get
stun, goes through BKB, really strong.
I mean, they have plenty to go alongside it too. Wards and Base does. So yeah, there's definitely plenty of kill potential here. Uh-oh, got a couple swapping the vaults here. Oh my gosh, what a shackle!
Oh.
He's gonna go down.
Great job there.
Wow. Earth Spirit,
Yeah.
boys. You've seen it
Very
here,
good.
Captain's mode. Thank you, Ice Frog.
The strength of Magnetize there. He got so many Magnetize stacks off in
Yeah.
that fight.
Well, and the thing is it's how he used his remnants again. Like he kicked it back, silenced him, pushed him back, and he even had another one ready just in case for additional stacks. So I think he knows what he's doing. I think he knows what's going on. That's like the most I can explain it. Like I know generally what they do, but
Yeah, the big thing about Magnetize is that every time you cast a remnant near someone where they're magnetized, it refreshes the cooldown on the ultimate.
Well, that's what I was alluding to. There's another one right there. So I don't know what the range is exactly, but
it's pretty small. You put it basically on top of them, but it's healthy enough so that you can pull it off reliably.
Uh-oh, that haste rune. You gotta be careful, my friend.
Dazzle
He's dead.
does not have mana for a grave. That is a...
And that's a recent change, too. That mana cost went up.
Yep.
It was not.
But as a support player, you have to have mana for that. There's actually no excuse for being as careless with your mana as that. You really need to make sure that you have grave at all times if you're rotating to support like that.
Well, he wasn't rotating to support. The Beastmaster actually was a little bit too far ahead. Saw the haste rune and decided to. It looked like he was going for CS. I don't know why he was still there. The shackle might not have even been necessary because with the haste rune,
he didn't get the full shackle off. He got a partial shackle.
Yeah, I don't even think he needed it honestly. Okay, so they're pressuring these T1s here, wards and bases. They got them down to half, but it's like they don't quite have what it takes to commit. Nor will Ghostz let them take it freely. So.
No, wait for the next roar gank. Beastmaster just died.
Well,
on the next roar
we
gank,
have some more casualties too. We got 2 more rotating in. Nox is gonna try to get out, but there's no way. A roar comes in. They're gonna try to take it out, but she's perfectly fine. He's gonna roll away.
Oh my god, he's out.
That's the most ridiculous thing. Frankie Chris gonna come in. He might get 2 here.
No, Windrun.
Mango.
Windrun is
Oh my gosh, that is the worst luck.
Windrun is a good ability.
Yes, it is. So is Shackle Shot, and the tower actually does so much damage.
So that's a bit of a mental mistake there more than anything. He was so close to the kill when he got that crit, but it got Windrun out, and he couldn't let it go. And that's something that I've done. I know a lot of other players that I play with have done, where you're like, oh, they should be dead, but this thing happened. And then you just run them down and you hope for some karma to come in so you can get that kill.
It
but
did
just
look
doesn't
beautiful,
come through
though.
in the end.
You have to admit, he popped the mango. I mean, we were like, oh, God, he's not going to be able to. I clicked on it. He had a mango, pops it, boom, ult's ready. But, I mean, when you can hold on to that wind run, I mean, she was in the middle of the battle for, what, 7 seconds? Easily before he got moved. And was able to hold off. So, what level? Oh, yeah, it's still level 1 from when she initially leveled it. So, Yeah, that was very good patience, able to hold on to that for the perfect time, and that's one thing that kind of sucks about Juggernaut. I mean, that level 1 ult, like it's like Necrophos level 1, like
Unless they're already dead, it's not gonna do anything.
pretty much. Well,
Oh,
especially
Jesus.
Necros.
That's a
But,
dead Beastmaster mid.
wow, they're committing
They
a lot.
brought in the Nyx. Windrunner got a shackle between Beastmaster and the boar he was trying to deny. Like that must be the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, and the Windrunner is starting to get quite a bit of gold here, and it's gonna be. I'm assuming that is just a casual point booster. We'll find out.
We'll see, yeah.
might be
She
a
can
second
either go
rush.
Blink before Oggs or Oggs first.
Yeah.
Those seem to be the two popular builds.
With the way their team's going, I don't know. Slardar is nowhere near a blink unless it's on a, unless he dropped it somewhere. Like it's not on the courier. Like it's nowhere. So I definitely think the blink is necessary, especially with the.
Oh
ganking
god,
potential.
that's a dead Earth Spirit.
Yeah, they might want to cancel those TPs.
They're bringing in, yeah, they should definitely have canceled those TPs. The Juggernaut's not going to get any kills here.
There's nothing you could do at that point.
Wow.
There's just fantastic rotations by Ghostz on all accounts.
Oh
here.
yeah, it's beautiful. Like the fact they came around to dive, and then look at the wards they have up. They have these two really aggressive wards. They are planning on diving both of these towers.
Yeah, that's
Like,
another reason why I think
holy
the blink dagger would be a lot more beneficial here. And I
Yeah.
think they pop the roar, but it's almost
It's
as if
not
a
enough.
panic
He's
ult.
dead.
Yeah,
Like,
he wasn't gonna get anything with that.
Ghostz is just playing on such a high level right now.
Do you think this is like a partial, like a carryover tilt from game 1?
It could be. I feel like they're just getting outclassed.
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think it's a
I know
tilt.
wards and base is really good, but I get the sense that Ghostz is just playing on a whole nother skill level.
Well, we would
Like,
love to be able to see
dives
those
that they've
levels,
done,
but we can't
yeah.
really see the real accounts because of Smurf things. But
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, I have to say. The fact that if they are actually smurfing, that is really, really.
I mean, you can go on AD2L, you can check it out yourself. I mean, I'm just saying it's just a little odd. I don't see why that would be necessary, but.
Yeah.
And you know, like you said, new season, new league, new roster.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment period, but
For sure.
I would expect them to perform well.
Yeah.
They
And
were
the way
really
this
good
game
last
started, though, I mean, it wasn't.
Oh yeah, no. It looked like their draft worked out really well.
Ooh,
and
that is a
things started to go
fantastic ice
quickly.
blast. There's only a partial clip on a couple, but you're gonna take out the gyro immediately. They gotta get more out of this. They gotta get a lot more out of this. Both
Well,
the
here we
supports
go.
go down. They might be able to take out the Nyx, but
That Nyx got blocked in by the Windrunner.
yeah,
It could be a kill. Oh, Spike Carapace is really good.
wow, fantastic. That cooldown only 75 seconds on the roar. He's gonna get another one here. Nyx gets away though. That's still 2 for 2. 2 supports for 2 cores. I think they'll take that.
Oh, they got the third one too. Earth Spirit actually ended up picking the kill on. Yeah.
I don't even know how
Yeah.
that's possible.
Magnetize is a really good ability.
That was still going. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
All
a
right.
really good ability.
Well, not only was that trade favorable, but now it's very favorable. So I'll wait a couple seconds, let the graphs update. But
yeah, they
that
even
was
got
huge.
a,
That was huge.
a little bit of damage on that tier 2 tower. It doesn't look like the graphs are going to update that much because they didn't farm off of this disadvantage,
yeah,
but
that was 2K gold they got. So and the equivalent of XP. So it was a
Yeah.
nice change for this early in the game. That's pretty huge for them. Gonna try to get another ice blast off. Only gonna get one this time. All right, so Earth Spirit. I want to say he needs something to catch people out. I think he wants to go Yules because
Heals is good,
I-
Force Staff is good. He needs mana.
yeah, either one. But I think either one of those will help for positioning and the Yules to catch out. Get rid of amp
Wow,
damage.
Quinn's committed for this tower
Yeah.
on one creep. There's
gotta be
one range
careful
creep there.
They gotta be very careful here, though. Everybody, yep, call down's up. Everything's ready to go here.
They're gonna
Shot's
get
only
that
hit
tower.
one. Yeah,
Good roar there.
Another
Two-
roar.
That was during the
we're
wind
gonna
run
get
as
both
well.
the ults off, though.
Wow, they burned through her wind run duration because the roar went down during that.
Yeah, that was beautiful too.
Oh, good
Absolutely
grave.
Beautiful, great grave. The healing ward. Why is it chasing them?
It's scouting. It's scouting. They're trying to get vision down there where they don't have
Oh
vision.
no, scouting to no avail. They're gonna get some backup here.
Oh, they're gonna get another
Pop the
one.
drums. They're gonna try to take out Slardar. Oh my gosh, worth it. He
Slardar
commits the
goes
ultimate.
down, and Nyx will go down as well. This is the wards in base we're used to seeing.
Yes,
This kind of
yes.
team fight synergy where they're playing together and they're using their skills in conjunction.
Well, and the best thing is that the Dazzle had fantastic position that whole game. He got
Oh,
four
yeah.
heals off. He has ultimate 4 heals off, and one of the best Graves I've seen in recent times. That's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so the Nox goes for the Blink Dagger on the Earth Spirit. So positioning, taking priority here, which I definitely
Good
agree
call.
with. And the Juggernaut's got something on the courier here. He's got a Yasha.
Alright, so we're going to see the S and Y build as opposed
I was
to...
going to say casual Yasha, but I think S and Y is necessary. You need to tank up against these guys.
Yeah, this is not going to be the AUG style build. This is going to be the
Oh,
S and
God,
Y
no.
style
Yeah.
right-click focus build.
He needs to be able to fight. They have these ults with such low cooldowns in the Ice Blast, Call Down, every one of their heroes actually. So has a fairly short duration ultimate.
Yeah.
You want to tank up.
They got the Slaughter. And he's not going to get out.
Oh no.
That's Shackle into Roar. That's an incredibly long stun duration.
Yep, he's even gonna wrap around just to make sure. Alright, so liking the Earth Spirit pick. It's doing work right now.
Kind of a fan. I think the Shadow Shaman is also getting a lot done, and the Beastmaster.
He has an Aether Lens done already.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That's really cute.
I love it.
The cast range for Hex or for Shackle and Hex.
Yeah.
That's really cute. I never thought about that.
I should have noticed because that last Shackle was absolutely not the last one, but the one before it was just absolutely way too long.
Yeah.
All right, so they just keep stacking these ultimates, but it's only doing so much because the rest of their team, there's really no follow up after that. They put down the Call Down and the Frost Blast, Ice Blast, and that's about it. That's really all they have.
Well, they're waiting for the Slaughter to get a little bit more aggressive. He has his blink up, so.
Yep, and they're gonna take out the Dazzle. Oh my gosh, that was not the best idea. Okay, so they're gonna lose 3 on the back end of this. Don't get the tower. They committed the wards as well, so that's not ideal. They're gonna lose 4 here.
Beastmaster's gonna go down as well.
That is
they just stay out
turn.
a little bit too long there.
Yeah, I mean, with the wards, you feel like there's a certain, you're in your comfort zone, you think you're okay, but every hero would respawn for a while at that point. All their cooldowns were down. I mean, they were ready to go, so. And with that Blink Dagger, like you said on the Slardar, it's go time. And Windrunner actually opted to go for the Scepter, so.
Makes sense. They have a lot of engage without her. They have the Nyx Assassin, Vendetta into Impale. They have the Slaughter Blink into Slithering Crush. So the Windrunner doesn't feel like she needs to be the primary engage. She can be a follow-up engage with Shackle Shot after the first stun. And that Augs will give her a lot more damage to dish out in the team fights, as well as just general good stats, some health, some mana.
Oh my gosh,
wow,
ultimate!
Cooldown committed for just the poor Shadow Shaman. That could be a punishable mistake.
It will be. And actually, Slaughter's very low on mana. He's going to blink out, but he's still pretty slow. Okay, haste is back up. Okay.
But he has no crush. That's a big thing to keep in mind. And with the stuns available to Earth Spirit, he could get punished for this.
They're going to need more than that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Nyx Assassin also picked up an Aether Lens. So we're going to see some long impales. Look at that. Look at that range. Look at that range. That's beautiful.
Wow, that is actually that's almost similar to the Scepter range.
Which we saw actually. I think that was the last game we casted.
In a previous game, in the finals, they Sceptered up. And
okay, so does that stack with Scepter then?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's a full screen stun with Scepter. Oh my
I'm not sure how much of a fan of that combination I am. I think I'd rather see a blink.
Yeah.
But it is cute to keep that in mind.
Yeah,
the combination of range increases and Aether Lens.
But that's really all it is, though. There's really nothing else it's providing. And Dazzle's gonna grave himself.
And almost got the TP.
Yeah, he had a little bit left on there. So
that's gonna be a Roche.
I need to look at the vision here. What do we have? Sweet, hotkeys aren't working. Cool. Alright, you have a nice ancient stack there on the Radiant, but no time to farm it. They've just been fighting non-stop, and this team is not meant to be fighting right now. They get another ultimate combo off.
Which team? The Wards and base team? I would actually
Ghostz is ready to fight. Not the level that Ghostz is right now. No way. having every ultimate on a 1 minute cooldown and being able to spam those two out, and I don't know. I feel like they're so reliant on the pick-off sports embraces.
Yes. Well, they're reliant on fighting on timings. They need to have Omni Slash up and Roar up and Magnetism up to take a team fight. Um, and that's kind of the way they drafted. So it's reminiscent of the style that we actually saw before the most recent patch, or two patches ago, where everything was team fight. It was the last TI, where Gyrocopter was really popular because he could team fight anytime. His cooldown has no fucking cooldown.
Oh god.
So
Obnoxious,
what they
really.
want to do is they want to stack their alts, take big fights, and they'll win those fights if they have all their alts available. But what Ghostz has been able to do is find them in between those ultimate cooldowns. So the last time they got team wiped, Ghostz fought them right after they'd commit all their ults. And we saw the ults coming off cooldown at kind of weird times during the fight, and even after they were respawning, the ults were still coming off cooldown. So that's the big thing for wards and base. They really need to fight around those big cooldowns.
Whereas Ghosts aren't really that. I mean, they
Oh yeah,
obviously
no,
they want
can
it,
fight
but
whenever.
yeah. But the thing is, even if they really want to make it perfect, the ultimate the cooldown's 40 seconds on Ice Blast. It obviously Windrunner doesn't even need to be mentioned. Slardar's either.
Yeah,
Call
50
down what is
seconds
50
on cooldown.
seconds? Yeah, like they can literally fight whenever they want to. So, and that added with the 2 blink daggers now, Nyx assuming he'll get some sort of positioning item, they're gonna go in again. They're gonna miss the crush. Great timing. That was really great reflections.
Good spin.
Great reactions right there. Okay, they're just gonna disengage. They missed their opportunity. They know it. They busted too quickly. Time to get out. But that's the thing. It's like you miss, big deal. You wait 10 seconds, you can do it again. I mean, we won't have Ice Blast, but everything else is ready to go. Did they use Call Down?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Ice
don't
Blast
use
is
Call
up in 15 seconds right
Yeah.
now, so
Like,
nothing committed, nothing lost.
that's the thing. It's like they can do so much. Just having the 2 ultimates to Call Down the Ice Blast together, I mean, if you can land it on 3 heroes, that's a pretty good damn
That's a
team fight.
pretty good fight.
The
yeah.
nice thing is that the Juggernaut's been phenomenal on getting Blade Fury off. So
Oh yeah, he's been really on point with dodging crushes, dodging Ice Blasts, dodging call downs.
and he ended up going for a Manta. So I mean, maybe if he's really quick with those fingers, you can dodge 2 things. But I mean, that's getting pretty particular. So I don't.
I question the Manta. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't think the Manta was the item that he needed.
The only thing I don't like about Manta is that one of the parts of the recipe is the absolutely worst cost-effective item. Like, it's the least cost-effective item in the game.
Yeah, but it builds so many good items.
Yeah, I don't know. But just I don't know. I feel like that's just 2,100 gold. That's just wasted. Is it still 21 or is it 2,000? Yeah, 2,100.
It's
Yeah,
still
ultimate,
21.
ultimate order.
But
Yeah.
to a point. I mean, when you're the carry, if you get to late game, you're gonna have excess gold,
Yeah,
and so you want to have the strongest items available, regardless of how much they cost.
I get that, but I'm just saying like that's another reason why the Manta's just not. I don't know. I get it what it does, but I just
The
don't
S
think
and
it's
Y
worth
with the
it.
Manta.
I think yeah. I mean, you need stats.
I don't
You
think
need to
it's
beef
good
up.
on Juggernaut.
Period?
I
Or
think
in
there
this
are
gaming
characters. Yeah, I think there are characters that really benefit from Manta. I don't see Juggernaut as being one of those. He's not a character that gets a lot out of illusions. Right, if you're talking about someone else like Naga Siren, for example,
Uh-oh.
who gets a lot out of illusions,
Get the Nixie. Get a nice
then
little
yeah,
sentry
then I
ward
see
out.
it.
They really haven't had to commit too much for vision because the Nyx is he's always just kind of there. He's in the team fight. It's not like he's going around getting picks because
Yeah, no, he's gone for
He's
a more
going
defensive
Scepter.
style.
He's
gone
Scepter.
Aether Lens and Scepter. He hasn't gone for the Blink or the Dagon, so he's not a threat to get solo kills. So
Yeah.
the blue wards are not as critical a thing to purchase for the Radiant team.
Well,
But
and now they have the Necro 3, so that's gonna help out as well for detection if they decide to engage in a team fight anytime soon. So.
I've always been a fan of Blink over Necro on Beastmaster.
In this game, I would agree with that, but I mean, I think
It can go
Blink,
either way.
I don't know what the Necro book gives you that would be better than what the Blink Dagger gets you. I'll phrase it like that.
It gives you good push, it gives you some additional damage, and it gives you vision.
But I just don't see
Well,
them
it's
having
mostly for
issues
the
pushing.
push.
Like when they do push, they're all together. So it's like I don't know, and they have the ward, so I don't really know that pushing is really what they need. I feel like the
Yeah.
mobility is more valuable here, but whatever. Potato, potato, to each their own.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a decision that players make.
yeah.
There are definite benefits and there are definite detriments, and if you're willing to make those trade-offs and you think about what you're giving up for what you're getting,
Ooh.
there's not really a wrong answer to that question. It's
BKB
just
sitting on
personal
the
preference.
gyrocopter now. That's gonna make things a lot more difficult. They're not gonna be able to control them as they have been. They're gonna have.
Yeah,
I mean, do you
the Earth
commit the
Spirit's
roar?
going to be mitigated. Yes, you
You commit the
definitely
roar
commit the
to
roar
every
for the
time?
gyro.
Okay.
If you get it before cooldown, you definitely commit the roar. If you get it after cooldown, you may still commit the roar, depending on uh,
Easy there, Tiger.
depending on yawns. Depending on how afraid of the Windrunner and the Starter you are.
Oh, they should be afraid of the Slardar. Holy
Oh
shit!
God!
He gets blown up. He gets the Necro units off just to give him a little extra gold on top out of kindness of his own heart. The Ice Blast didn't even make it before the Beastmaster died.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that's what their lineup excels at. I mean, I haven't even seen the win range of it able to use the Blink Dagger offensively because the Slardar and everyone else is crushing everyone into smithereens before she even gets there.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit earlier. How they have so much engage that the Windrunner doesn't even really need that Blink Dagger first.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is at the time I was thinking, I mean, the Slardar was so far away from it, but you know they were very active.
Yeah, he's found a lot of gold out of kill participation.
Yeah, because they only have one tower, or sorry, yeah, 2 towers, so it's not like the Ghostz is getting like a ton of gold that way.
Yeah, and he's not sitting on a lot of CS. He has 75. So it's mostly been kill participation.
Yeah. No doubt about that. Okay, so we're gonna see. I don't. How far is the scepter from being done? No, he still has all the like 3 pieces to go. So.
The scepter for whom?
Mr. Nick 6666666.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah.
Juggernaut. Okay.
You just want to see that cast range.
He's going right to MKB. That's such a squishy build, though. I don't know. I really would have liked the S10.
The Manta itself gives you a lot of stats. The ultimate orb provides a lot of tankiness that you wouldn't otherwise expect.
Yeah.
It's a thing that I learned playing Anti-Mage a lot, is that as Anti-Mage you go Battle Fury and then you go Manta. But which part of Manta you build first depends on your skill build. We'll talk about that in a second, because we have a fight.
There's a Necro 3 going to work.
Yep. A lot of ults committed there.
Yeah, they definitely had to commit more than they'd like.
Go down, and we also had Ice Blast go. I think that magnetism might have been a little bit too much.
Yeah.
That's going to hurt team fights, but Ice Blast is going to be up in 10 seconds.
They're checking. Nope, you got a little bit to go, boys. A little bit longer to go.
Doesn't hurt to check for an early spawn.
No,
they might go for that tower. They do have mass serpent wards up, so they could, in theory, pressure that tower.
I've been trying to monitor this, but I just haven't seen it happen all that often. Have you been watching like the Hawk management? Have you been like I've seen him cast it maybe
not a whole lot,
handful of times. I feel like that's underutilized at this point.
Well, I think that the number of times they've been surprised by lack of vision is not very high as compared to like the other ways they've died. So the Hawk management hasn't been as big a deal this game, but you know, it's definitely something to keep in mind going forward, especially as the game goes late with the number of blink daggers that Team Ghostz has. Having vision in those common blink areas can really be game changing.
Yeah, well, I mean, because Ghostz can set up on you very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, and from so many different spots.
Yeah, so every hero. I mean, even you can argue the S and Y is kind of a setup.
A mobility
with
item, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's moving pretty quick. He's at 417 base movement, so he's definitely not slow by any means, and that's without phase boots activated. So he can move quite fast. So maybe not a positioning item technically, but he's still moving pretty quick. So they see Roche is up, but
they're committing WiB for this. They're gonna take Roche.
They're gonna be very cautious about it. They're just gonna have Jug going by himself.
There's no vision for the.
Well, they see the ward. They see the ward that was placed though. They see them place the ward, and they're gonna scout there with the AA ult. It's gonna hit Frankie.
So yeah, they do know.
Yeah. They saw the ward placed, and then they popped the AA ult. And they're very aware of what's going on. So.
Looks like they're going back in. I think this is a cool play. A lot of the time at this level of play, if you get scouted, you stop. But this time they're going to go back in, and I think they'll be able to finish it without Ghostz committing fully to this. They're kind of waffling around, deciding if they want to go in.
I'm very surprised that they're this hesitant
Oh, they're going
to
in.
take in. Yeah, they better hurry. Now's the time.
Well, Windrunner just power shot, so they're going in right now.
Alright, here we go. Slider's got to get in there quick. They're going to get the combo off. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Desolator's done.
Good grave.
Oh.
And he gets the Aegis just before he goes down.
Perfect timing. They're going to get everything. The cooldown goes down. BKB's activated. And Gyro's just tearing through the entire enemy team. Jug's going to be hopefully get out of here safe. He could, but
I think he could have killed with Omni, but better to get out.
So
better safe.
they get the Roche kill, but and the Aegis, but to the really negligible outcome. Not ideal. Okay, so I was very concerned at how long that they were taking to set up, but clearly they were just waiting for everything to be perfect. And
yeah, I was really impressed with the patience they had. They looked at the wards and base roster and they realized, hey, they don't have a fast Roche team. Juggernaut's really the only damage they have for that.
Yeah, and
Dazzle doesn't do anything. Shadow Shaman doesn't do anything. Beastmaster doesn't do anything. Earth Spirit doesn't do anything. So it's really just Juggernaut. So they knew that they had that kind of space to get their team in position to take that perfect team fight that they took.
And I didn't even notice this, but the Windrunner actually finished up the Desolator, so she just tore through everybody.
Oh, yeah.
She just cut through. I mean, and the nice thing was that Dazzle got the weave off preemptively before all the shit went down, but it doesn't matter. You would have to wait until full duration of the weave for it to really make a difference, because with that attack speed and that armor reduction, she's just deleting heroes at that point. So yeah, and that was without, you know, Gyro coming in fresh BKB and just laying waste to the other team.
Yeah, that was a pretty one-sided fight from Team Ghostz. Wards and base got very fortunate with the Roche timing and the fact that Juggernaut was still alive. Not anymore still alive, but that he was able to grab the Aegis while he was graved and then died right after it. But that was just the Windrunner DPSing. The Gyrocopter killed the rest of the entire team while he was doing that.
Alright, so Beastmaster's left.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, did she go for that?
Shit.
I didn't think she was going to go for that.
Neither did I.
How many hits?
Three?
Like 3? Yeah. Oh my god.
3? 4? That was brutal.
Okay, so he's going to go and he gets another Magnetize off.
He's going to get this Windrunner.
Yeah.
He's going to get this Windrunner.
Yeah.
Oh god, 30 health.
Oh my gosh, survive.
30 health. He missed one remnant.
They're going to roar. Alright, so they're gonna get the Slardar for their efforts, but
good kill. Hey, that's really cute. The Neko.
Oh my gosh.
Dazzle.
Oh my gosh. I think Gyro thinks the entire enemy team is cute. He's gonna go in there and just start smacking fools. He gets a double kill. Wow.
So Dazzle's actually one of my favorite supports to think about putting with teams, because healing wave is such a good ability or shadow wave with all of the other combinations you can run with it, like with Undying or with Chen, where you can get a lot of healing or shadow wave stacks, because it does damage per target and it doesn't have a maximum
I can't even keep up with
targets.
this. They're literally just destroying heroes.
Yeah,
How do you fight this? She has BOTs. She's going wherever the hell she wants.
They're too far behind. They put up a really good fight in the early game, but I think this is just individual skill catching up to them, because they actually had some really good team play throughout the game, which is really cool to see after kind of the fiasco that last game was.
There we go. Earth Spirit's gonna go down too. I think they might see a GG call pretty soon here.
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose racks before they GG, but it'll be pretty quick after those racks go down.
But I just prolong the inevitable, I feel, at this point. Okay, so
yeah.
I don't even want to look at the graphs. Oh my god! Oh, 14k. 7,800 or 7,200. Okay, so it is what it is. I don't know what can Juggernaut do at this point. He could technically finish the MKB and then not have buyback.
But yeah, but what does the MKB give him?
Yeah,
it gives him the ability to hit through Windrun, but nothing else.
Not only that, but he's just so squishy.
Yeah, he needs stuff. He doesn't have space.
In-depth analysis.
For stuff. I mean, he's only 4,000 behind the top net worth, 3,500 behind the top net worth, but he feels like he's so much further behind. I mean, the
Yeah.
gyrocopter has a BKB, an SMY, an MKB, and a Helm of the Dominator.
It's the
Juggernaut
hero
has
in
one
general
item
too.
finished.
Yeah, it's the hero in general though. It's like I I don't know how he's meant to compete against these. Like it's not. I'm not even. I'm talking like like even farm. You know.
Yeah,
Like it's not going to be easy for him to compete with these heroes. Like yeah, you have the magic invulnerability technically for 2 year spells.
I've never
It's
been a
great.
fan of the right-click focus Juggernaut. I've always been a fan of the Og style because that ultimate is the most unique feature about him. And trying to play off of the abilities of that ultimate and then cleaning up after
Okay, okay.
seems to be the best way to go. A
The
lot of people have been playing in right click
oh
since the Blade Fury change, and I think it's interesting, but I don't think it competes with other carries.
this oh my god, he did okay, so he I was clicking on the Nyx because he finished off the scepter, and I was just looking at the range of Impale, and then he burrows and uses Impale. It went off the screen. Oh my god. I was just looking at him and he happened to burrow and use it.
Tidehunter is jealous as fuck right now. Ravage has
Oh my
nothing
god.
on this build.
No shit. Well, and what's the cooldown when he's burrowed? I think 4 seconds.
Oh, something like that. It's insane.
Like, wow. Yeah, but he doesn't have squiddles though. He doesn't have.
That's true. That is true.
He doesn't have squiddles. Well,
Can never forget the aesthetics.
it's true. It's pretty much the most important part of the game. It makes you play better, actually. Arcanas make you play better.
I
So,
believe it.
if any, how do you get back into? Oh my god, a scepter ton of the AA. Without it, he did not have a Midas. That is just straight him surviving. He's 0-2. He didn't have any kill goal, only 11 assists.
How
It's
do you
just
get back in this rewards and base?
yeah. Is there any way?
Well, you have to look at your playmakers and your space makers, and Beastmaster is the first thing that comes to mind. Beastmaster has to find individual. So first, it comes down to the supports. The supports have to get up aggressive wards in order to see the enemy team out of position. Beastmaster has to be there to get the roar down, and you have to have follow up from Earth Spirit because Juggernaut's not gonna pick up kills without committing Omni Slash, and you need that for team fights. So wards and base has to look for aggressive wards, set up the Beastmaster and the Earth Spirit combination just to slow the pace of the game down, get farm up, and when Juggernaut has comparable items to the gyrocopter, then maybe you can start thinking about taking team fights again. You can start thinking about winning team fights again. But until the Juggernaut is at least on par with the other carries on Team Ghostz, there's nothing you can do.
The sad thing is he can't farm nearly as fast as the gyro can.
No, he doesn't have any sort of AoE farming because he's not using the Manta to push waves.
I honestly I have not seen the aggressive Manta like usage.
Yeah,
at all.
I'm really not a fan of the Manta on
I don't
Juggernaut.
think he is either because he's not using it. I think
Yeah,
I think that answers itself.
I think that a different item could have done a lot more for the team. Like if
I
you
don't
had just
think it would have been
straight up
enough.
gone Ox, that would have changed the game.
I don't know that it would have been enough though, because the rest of his
Maybe
team
not.
is just.
Yeah,
I mean, the Blink
It-
Dagger,
it
the
may
Blink
not have
Dagger's
been
on the
enough.
Beastmaster. I mean, so
But it
that's
would
what
have
I'm
been
saying.
something.
Like, if they can have that kind of positioning advantage that they had for a decent portion of this game. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like it's been this one-sided the whole time. Like, the early game and
Oh
the
no,
first few
early game,
rotations
Worlds and
were
Base was running it.
for sure. So, I mean, there was just a couple. I think that mid-fight where they lingered a little bit too long.
hmm
And they got run off. They lost 4, and then there's just a couple more engagements after that. I mean, other than that, it's just been pickoffs, really, correct? So
Yeah,
and
for the
just
most
straight
part,
out farming
it's-
and just straight economy game. Just you can let your jug farm for 10 minutes, but our Windrunner and our Gyro are gonna farm a hell of a lot faster, and we're gonna be able to push waves.
Yeah,
So-
they're gonna farm on par, and they're gonna outscale the fact that you have a Beastmaster and an Earth Spirit farming.
Yeah.
Words and Base kind of picked a mid-game timing team again, which is fine. It's a good strategy if you can get that timing. And they had the early game to support it, but once that Windrunner got online and once that Slardar had a blink up, they started finding a lot of kills that maybe they shouldn't have been able to find.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%.
And that's really been the
I
story.
mean, look how much they have to commit here. See, very unlucky with the Omni Slash, but they literally throw everything, and they're able to take out the Windrunner.
3 ultimates committed there, and 1 from each of the cores.
And a Necro 3. Like, there was
Yeah. And that was just for one kill.
Yeah, and that even with the MKB, he wasn't going for the right click. He popped the ult, so and
Yeah,
got
I
some CS from the creep wave, but
picking up that additional CS while getting the kill.
that being said, though, she did need to die though.
Oh yeah,
That was
definitely.
a streak, and she has been alive. I want to say for the better part about. I haven't seen her die since like a couple
Early
earlier
game.
team fights. Yeah, so she's got a
She's
lot
been
of
alive for
accumulated
quite some
gold.
time.
This Shadow Shaman's got some farm on him though, huh?
Oh, I know. I was really surprised when I looked at
Jeez, he's
him.
got 9.5k
Aetherlens,
net worth.
Blink Dagger, Point Booster, and now a Ghost Scepter.
And 900 on top of that. Dude's rolling in it.
Dude, if he can find an Augs Refresher, that would turn the game around. I know we've talked about what the cores need to do, but if the Shadow Shaman finds an Augs Refresher, that's a lot of damage in team fights, and don't discount it, because Flat Cannon does not hit every ward.
Well, and that being said, I mean, you got to remember they have a core slaughter for it's great for what he needs to do, but as far as you know, I don't know. It's just you can. He's been farming for I don't know how long, and he's still just slowly just grudging along,
Yeah, that's the
slowly
issue.
work on the AC,
Characters
which
don't
it
slot
could
those in,
be a Lotus, but I assume that's an AC. So,
I
but
would
he's
guess.
yeah. So it's not like they're winning the farming game, but it's on the two heroes that have been at the top of the net worth for the last 15 or so minutes. So
Yeah.
the farm disparities more it's more apparent on Ghost, but they have more of it, but it's just on two heroes as opposed to Words and
Yeah.
Base who have more farm throughout the team, which you could argue it both ways. It just depends on, like we said, the positioning really, the battle and the vision is really what it's come down to.
Yeah, one of the things about that is that Slaughter and Juggernaut don't really have ways to AoE farm, whereas the Windrunner has Power Shot and the Gyrocopter has Flat Cannon. So they have a lot of ways to pick up Flash Farm, whereas Slaughter and Juggernaut are stuck hitting one thing at a time. Or Juggernaut wouldn't be if he was using the Manta to farm, but he isn't, so...
I literally have not even seen him use it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him
I'm
use the
not
Manta
being
once
not
this
being
game.
facetious or trolling. Like I've not seen him use it. Okay, so Gyro, the tanky old bastard, he got a Scotty too, and looks like he's gonna go.
My
He's
lord.
gonna go for a satanic. So the dude's got
He's not
2800
going to be
HP.
killable. The
No, and
Wards and Base does not physically have enough damage to kill
his
him.
BKBs, he only used it that one time that Roche fight, so it's at 9 seconds still. So he's
God.
it's gonna be an uphill battle. They're gonna pop the AL. This is gonna skim a couple people. They're gonna get the Roches. They commit quite a
They
bit
got
for it,
Aegis.
and they're gonna wrap around here.
Juggernaut ended up with Beastmasters.
Uh-oh. Not ideal.
Oh, no.
BKBs are popped. Uh-oh. Yeah, they're not going to be able to get out of that. Omni Slash goes down, but he's not. He pops the Manta just to
Oh
kind
my
of get
god,
away.
the Manta.
There we go. Manta's been used, boys. They're still going to get at least 2 off this.
Well, take one.
Oh, what a good time crush.
Oh my
wow.
god.
That was
Wow.
beautiful.
Okay. That minus armor and the Desolator.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was some damage.
Sir, yes, sir. Yeah, that was not what they're going for, and every lane is pushing quite a bit here. So this is their time now. This is definitely their time.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the final push of the game. We're going to see.
We got buybacks though.
Yeah, I think we'll see the tower go down, buybacks committed, a team fight happen, racks go down, the GG called.
Yeah. Earth Spirit will buy back. Dazzles really need to. Jug has one.
Oh man, the Nyx Assassin's ready. He's got the Augs up.
Is he?
He's got the Aether Lens up. He was playing the range game, man.
Is he stunning from the Roche pit? Oh my god.
Just about. Just about.
Yeah, they just did a good bit of de-warding here too.
Oh, a smoke.
Not a lot of smoke usually. I saw one fail from Wards and Base. And
Yeah, there've been a few, but not very many.
Oh, even got the Hawk with that stun. Yeah, so this support Nyx has quite a bit of farm. Actually, 2k less than the Shadow Shaman.
Shadow Shaman's massive.
Yeah,
I don't know how he managed to get so much.
He is balling. He is balling. It's only 1200 away from finishing off that scepter, but he's probably gonna have to save for buyback here. As they're probably gonna have to look to take a fight pretty shortly here. I think the best thing about Nyx is how they changed his ult. I think it's a lot nicer now. The duration and and the
Yeah, you can
cooldown.
go permit invis.
Yeah, very nice.
Okay.
As opposed to having it 40/40 is pretty.
Yeah.
Hitting that level 6 or that level 3 alt is still just as nice though. So I don't know, man. Looks like they're biding their time. They don't need to wait out the Aegis though, right?
No, they don't. But
That's
they
not.
also don't need to commit. They have an absolute farm advantage. Hordes and base really can't leave their base, and Team Ghosts is free to farm up as much as they want because they have characters enough to clear both jungles and all the lanes.
All right,
With
here we go.
effective-
There's some Manta usage, Brian. There we go. Manta pushing, and he's going for a Scotty as well. So, could finish it if he elects to, but definitely wants to save for buyback at this point. Although,
I think you have to finish it.
I think
at this point you
that's
have
playing to
go all in.
lose. If you save for buyback, you're playing to lose. I think. I
Yeah.
think you get the Scotty and you try your damnedest. You got everything up.
Yeah, the Shadow Shaman needs to finish the Scepter. The Juggernaut needs to find a way to get that courier to the secret shop.
Yeah,
You need to have all of the items online for the next
it's
team
the first game of a fairly long season. There's no reason to be too conservative here. Play to win, boys. Play to win. Yeah, I think he's gonna finish it. They just gotta send that courier up there.
Speaking of finishing it, they're probably waiting for the gyrocopter to finish its satanic. He's not very far away from finishing that beast, and then he is going to be quite large.
Nigh unkillable, some would say. Not that he was an easy target before the Scotty and before the heart or before
God.
the satanic.
That impale range
Yeah.
is just silly.
Oh, look at that! He can hit the tower from that tree. Jesus, are you kidding me? Yeah, they're picking the tower. Like he can hit that from the tree. That is unbelievable.
He
All
gets
right.
about halfway through the range tracks from there.
I am very
That's-
certain that with how much they've been adding new items, that they are very, very interested in making new heroes after Abyss Underlord is added.
I hope so.
If they've already added this many items in such short time, they're gonna go in the gyro. It's a very late BKB, and he's done.
Wow,
Oh my
he's
god,
gone.
that was horrible, horrible positioning by the rest of the team, and they take him out within seconds. He gets BKB off halfway through, and it's just too damn late. Juggernaut gives no shits, and they're gonna trap him in. That's two.
Wow, that's a
They
big
take out
turn.
both the cores.
Well,
Wow.
They have buybacks up, so this is not a game-changing turn, but that buys a little bit of space for wards and
Not
beasts that
game
keep out
ending,
on
but
the
that
map
is
and farm.
definitely game changing from what we figured would happen. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah,
Look at that
without a doubt.
change. Look at that goal change. My god. Alright, so you got 4.5 minutes till Roche is up again. They're gonna get the buyback.
There's a buyback.
They're gonna get the buyback.
Juggernaut is about to finish his Scotty as well.
I think, yeah, just buy it right now. You got more than enough. Finish it. Yeah, Courier's up there. Yeah, he's got it.
He can sell the Aquila. He can
He
sell
got
the
the kill
drones.
for yeah, he got the kill in the gyro. Gyro's godlike streak, so he just oh, what's this? We have a refresher on Beastmaster coming. Hello. That is going to be insane. Although yeah, he'll
have enough.
Yeah,
He
I,
just
I was doing my
mixed.
calculate. I got really excited. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah, he'll be alright.
It's not the Xiao 8 refresher. I was
Okay.
so mad about that game. So in TI 4, when Xiao 8's team won, there was one game in particular when he was Tidehunter and he built a refresher orb and did not physically have enough mana to cast Refresher Ravage.
Oh yeah, now
And I'm super mad about that.
I know. I think you brought that up a couple times. Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like I know now, like especially if I'm playing like a Enigma or a Tidehunter, I won't level it to level 3 unless I'm positive I have the mana for it. Like if I'm busy and I don't have time to do the quick mental math, or if I have like an item like a mech or something, in
Mhm.
order to like take all that into account, I just don't level it. I'll wait until another level. Like those ultimates, it's all about the stun, the duration and damage. And they're gonna get
Yeah.
another pick off here too. It's all about the initiation, that initial change. He's gonna have to pop a BKB here, boss. He waits so long to pop it,
Man.
he's gonna go down again.
Wow.
2 times
Could
in
we
a
be
row.
seeing a throw?
We're pretty damn close here. If the Wind Ranger had died too, I would say that this game is completely turned, but I don't know why he's so hesitant on using the BKB. He has such a long duration, and now those last 2 were completely squandered. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, another huge change. Yeah,
That
see that?
refresher's going to be big on the Beastmaster too.
All right, so now both buybacks are down for the course. So if we see a dieback here for the gyro,
that could be game.
I mean, because
Wow.
we've got another primal roar up.
We have
Omni's
everything.
down.
This
Omni's
is where
down.
the wards are coming in, the Necro's coming in. They're going to be pushing on that tower.
Yeah, she's not gonna be able to do anything by herself here. They're gonna get some damage. I think that was just like an intimidation play. I think they need to get back here. They need to push top lane. If top lane was pushing in too, I would be a lot more comfortable with it, especially with the Nyx down.
They need to back out.
Yeah.
They need to back out.
Nyx is back in too. See, that's
Well,
another
they're
thing
committed.
too. No, I don't think so. I wouldn't.
Well,
I mean, you just had.
okay. They're just
had-
leaving now.
Yeah, you had such a big. I mean, look at those graphs. That is. That is a huge change. And we're talking both leads cut in half, essentially. So.
Yeah, they're getting back in it. Someone needs to TP top though. They have.
Yeah, if that lane was pushing in, I would be a lot more comfortable, like I said. But that's a massive, massive win. You got two Cardis going at it, about to smack the shit out of your tower here.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
All right, so Juggernaut, what's he going next? Do you think he's got 4,100 in the bank?
Abyssal.
Radiant's top tower's
Like,
taking
no question in my mind.
Yeah,
This
he
has
he has a tank. Yeah, he has a tankiness. Yeah, he needs that solo lockdown for the Wind Ranger for sure, or the Gyro. It doesn't really matter. They're gonna both pop both their bolts. Primal Roar goes down. So does Omni Slash. Slaughter just doesn't have the tank ability, but you know who does? Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
See, that's what happens. You use the BKB early, changes everything. They don't have the kind of control.
Yeah, they got some very good fights earlier on, but
He's gonna get out.
that time it was a 5v5. They didn't catch anyone off guard.
Yeah,
It was a straight up
that was
fight.
another big thing change too. Yeah, not only did he not pop the BKB early, but his teammates weren't in position to help him. That fight was the exact opposite. So
Yeah.
maybe I don't know why they stood there. I really didn't understand.
No, they spent way too much time there. It was just like you said. Top was pushing. They had to go back. There was a huge amount of farm there. There was nothing to accomplish
Oh my
mid.
gosh.
They'd commit the wards.
If Ghostz sees that Roche is up right now, that could be it'd be pretty.
Who do they put the Aegis on? It's not going to go on Windrunner. It's not going to go on Gyro. It has to go on Slaughter.
I was gonna say Slaughter. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But that's just not as big of a.
No, it's more denying it to wards and base for sure. It's not. It's
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't need it for the.
I don't
pushes,
think they
right?
need it though.
No,
I think
God.
they're just going to take these racks and we're going to see a GG probably in the next 10 minutes.
Have fun trying to bust down radiant structures now.
Pops the BKB. He's just trying to scare him off and try to buy a little bit of time, but using that BKB, freshly picked up, that's the 10-second duration here, and I don't know if that was worth it. I would have let the racks go, honestly. They're going to get a pick off here. They get the Wind Ranger, and she has no buyback. Neither do you,
No
Mr.
buyback.
Gyro. You're all by
Oh, yes.
yourself. He pops his BKB, and the second roar
Oh,
goes out.
Refresher
They're going
roar.
to take him out. They're going to take him out. No buyback on either.
Wow.
Oh
this is
my
an
gosh, are you
intense
kidding
fight.
me? Four go
4
down.
kills. The Gyro's down for a
Beastmaster
minute and a
goes
half.
down.
The Windrunner's down for a minute and a half. This could be a game-changing fight.
We have no buybacks on either. There's only 1 minute for the Wind Ranger though, so it's
Minute and a half. Oh, minute for the buyback?
for the buyback on Wind Ranger.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And they didn't lose any racks. So if they
No.
racks here, that could change the game.
I will eat my words. I was very scared after Juggernaut popped that BKB. But again, they leave the Gyro. He just gets kind of forsaken. They leave him up there. The rest of the team pulls back as they start getting a little less aggressive, and all of a sudden he's kind of left to his own devices. So both of
Yeah,
those heroes are down
so pick up
for their
the
duration.
Shadow
so-
Shaman got her with the ward trap.
Yeah, that was beautiful too.
Dyer's mid tower could use a
They're gonna slow it down a little bit here, but that ice blast, no one gives a shit. No one's alive. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
They
gonna
gotta
be
go for
racks.
racks. They gotta go for throne it.
They could go for the towers here.
Yeah, they gotta finish off that.
Oh
rack.
no, they're gonna go 2 racks.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
gonna go 2.
that's
Okay.
also a fair decision.
They can get it. They can get it definitely. And the thing is, it'll only be Windrunner too. She can buy back in
Yeah,
a few seconds.
she's not
here.
gonna buy back. She needs to
No.
wait for the gyro
Yeah.
because wards and base should leave at this point. Well, when they see the buyback, they should leave. If there's no buyback, they
think
can stay.
They got 5 seconds.
Wow.
Oh, what a turnaround!
What?
All right, now get up. She can buy back right now, and there it is. You'll see it.
There it is. They need to be
Slider
out.
goes in. A four-man crush. She
Great
could go in
crush
and do
there.
some damage. She's got to get up there, though.
They're
Windrunner's
leaving.
nowhere in shit.
The GG. They called GG.
Oh my gosh. Yeah? Oh my gosh. Oh,
What a
wow.
turnaround.
Wow.
Wow. I had. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, so exactly what we said earlier. What had to happen? They had to catch someone out with Primal Roar and pick up the kill without Juggernaut committing Omni Slash. And they were able to do that in the previous fight. They got Windrunner out with Primal Roar from Beastmaster, and then they were able to pick up the kill. They commit wards to it, but the wards were still active in the team fight, so it wasn't like they blew wards away. And they were able to pick up the Windrunner kill and then turn on the gyrocopter and pick him up with the second roar. That was a beautifully executed team fight.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. I am absolutely floored that they were able to make that turnaround.
That's probably my favorite part about Dota. It's like no matter how insurmountable Elite is, there are ways and there are chances that you will get in the game.
Yeah, when you get those buybacks going, man, anything can happen.
Even before that though, like before they forced it, that first fight they had in that middle racks was just everything that needed to happen happened, and they did it very flawlessly. They had to buy a little time to make sure everyone was up and ready to go, but great itemization. I definitely doubted early on, but there was just so much farm across the board with all the heroes, and it showed. It showed so well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
the Shadow Shaman especially. The fact that he had so much money.
Shadow Shaman
was a huge deal.
Not only that, but he actually that Blink Dagger and being able to get in there for those ward traps was also absolutely insane. Absolutely phenomenal.
Great individual play off the Shadow Shaman.
Yep. And getting the refresher on the Beastmaster also proved invaluable. Made such a difference. So, wow. Whew. If that's what Season 10 has for us, Brian, I think we're gonna be all right.
Oh man, that was really impressive to watch because the difference, just having the captain there between the two games. The first game, when I looked at the draft, it looked really solid, and I don't think there was much of a problem with the draft itself, but the execution was just not there. The players didn't seem to know their roles. There was a lot of miscues, a lot of miscommunications, I think. But in the second game, that all really changed. They were a lot sharper. They looked a lot like the wards in base we saw last season. The TPs were on time, and they were appropriate. The rotations were there. The team fights looked a lot better managed. So really night and day between those first two games. And I really look forward to seeing how they improve over the season. And I also look forward to seeing Ghostz again, just to see how they play out. Because the first game, they looked very much in control. In the second game, there were a couple miscues, but for the most part, the only problem they had there was buyback management. And they really, that was what cost them, is that they had buyback up on the gyrocopter and the Windrunner at the same time.
Yeah,
so
when you abandon, I don't know why, but the gyro. I mean, I understand he's tanky as all hell, and he has all the farm in the world. You know, you got the satanic. You think you can play God, but they left him alone, and it just there was no way.
They paid for it.
There was no chance. So I mean, that was an amazing game. So I'm very satisfied. I'm excited to watch some more. So.